Are you ready for the best Eid ever? I think you've earned that right. Let's make it so with something absolutely delicious. Saadiyah is here to create something that looks, yes, it's sweet, but it's not over the top. This is going to be that showstopper. It looks amazing. It's going to taste spectacular. And I'm hoping it's going to be simple enough for me to emulate in some way. First of all, please can I ask, at this phase of this holy month, what's the most respectful way to greet a person who is going through this very spiritual time?
Yes, that's a good question. I mean, during Ramadan Mubarak is always...
Ramadan Mubarak, okay.
Yes, so when in doubt, just add Mubarak. Mubarak just means like happy.
And I know a lot of people will both be rolling their eyes and going, okay, yeah, that's true. I love that.
Eid Mubarak, Ramadan Mubarak when in doubt, or else Ramadan Kareem.
Well, thank you so much for educating us, because this is a beautiful expression of culture and spirituality. And where you sit, how you choose to use this opportunity is up to you. But families embrace it. There is so much love expressed through food, which is a common thread, certainly on this show, which I am loving. You're going to do it on a different level, though. We have got pistachio and rose eclairs. And normally eclairs almost too much, like you can't have more than one. I'm guessing you're going to have more than one of these.
Absolutely, and these flavors are just, it's just such a classic Eid combination. Rose, pistachio, and we're adding in a bit of white chocolate just
a little bit of something, because it's a special time. It really is a special time. Okay, so we've wasted enough time talking. Let's jump right in.
I'm going to get going here. So I have a half a cup of water. I'm going to add some milk. You don't have to add milk to it. But this is, it helps with the flavor as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so you could keep it just purely water.
I suppose you pick up those little tips and tricks as you go, maybe from Mama Bear or someone passes it down.
Exactly. Another optional one, I know you are not a big friend of sugar, but you can omit it. So if you don't want to add sugar to it, that's totally fine.
You can take the edge off, okay.
Yeah. And then just a bit of salt also, just for some flavor. And then... let me just make sure our stove is right, and then we're just going to let that come to a boil. So it's quite easy. Choux pastry, people usually like...
Well, because it's so different to any other kind of creative process when it comes to pastry, I suppose. The first thing for me is, I was like, what sauce are we making? But this is for the choux pastry itself, because you've kind of got to get that right. For the eclair, it doesn't really stand up unless the texture is right.
There's good indications and things to look out for. So over here, basically what we want to do is dry out the dough as well. So once the butter melts and we have a little rolling boil happening, we're going to take it off the heat, add our flour, and then you just basically mix it in. This is totally off, so you're not going to burn it. Totally off the heat, just make sure it's incorporated. And then you add it back to the heat again. And then just make sure that it cooks out. And then you're going to look for like a layer, like a filmy layer. When it starts to stick, then you know that's when it's ready.
She's ready. I absolutely love that. Okay, well, we're not going to rush the process, because we will definitely be making those because the studio demands it. When you've got something this delicious, we've got to make enough for everybody.
Exactly.
Okay, so now we arrive at our beautiful batter that's got that sheen.
Another little tip over here is we don't want this baking paper to fly around. So to secure it in place, we just blob a bit of the batter. There we go.
Cement. Brilliant.
Done. Exactly. And then just gently going to pipe it. Just try and keep it nice and steady.
And about 2 inches. I suppose you've got to think practically about what's a good edible size as well.
Exactly. This totally depends on you. You could have, this is to make this beautiful eclair shape. You could also make it a cream puff style, so just in a round nozzle, pipe it, and then a little tip, I'm dipping my entire finger into this nice water, is if you just want to shape it up again.
Just a bit of finesse.
Yes, just a bit of cold water, tap in it, and then you can do the same, even with a cream puff if there's a little.
Wonderful. Okay, and then into the oven, how long?
For 20 minutes. Take it out, and again, we want it to puff up nicely. Take it out. You can do like a quick little poke. Put it back in just for that extra steam to escape, so that it dries the eclair out. And then we leave it in for 5 or 10 minutes. and allow it to cool off in the oven. And then we have these beautiful babies.
And Nicole nailed them this morning. She was very proud.
Yes.
At the speed with which our foodies and our chefs in-house have to cook, it's amazing that we're able to do these things. So yeah, we love it and we appreciate it. Now let's add the magic.
Ooh, so over there you just pipe it away.
And is this just normal cream?
This we're going to flavor up. Good question. So this is where we start to flavor in that dough, start to infuse it. So we infused it into our cream, just add like a teaspoon of it completely.
Because a little goes a long way.
With rose especially. And then, do you want to just sprinkle on some pistachio? So we're adding some texture over there and flavor, of course.
I absolutely
there
love
pistachio.
There we go.
Doesn't that look beautiful already? And then we're just going to dip this into the white chocolate, which we've also infused with some rose. And voila.
Oh, my goodness.
Sealed, and then, I mean, just pop over. That's beautiful dried rose petals, obviously edible. And the last little bit of pistachio.
Oh, this is amazing. You can go to taste.co.za if you want to recreate this or use this as a jumping off point to add your own finesse.
Yes, absolutely. The great thing with Eclairs is in this baby, you can pop in whatever you like.
Just get the choux pastry right. We've given you a couple of beautiful little hacks here. Absolutely simple way to create a showstopper. And this is quite nice because it's individual. Yes. It can be bespoke, or you can have it as kind of your first option, just like your little puff pastry balls, a tower of those.
Exactly, oh, croquembouche.
Oh, come on.
Yes, yes.
Oh, man,
but what a beautiful little centerpiece, eh?
It's gorgeous. It's not too over the top, and it packs a punch. Absolutely beautiful. Rose, white chocolate, and pistachio eclairs. Absolutely beautiful. Featherlight choux buns filled with a rose-infused cream and dipped into white chocolate. We are here for that, and you can find this recipe on taste.co.za. In fact, a whole host of culinary inspiration. But if you missed one of these steps, take a look at this. It looks gorgeous.
Today, I'm making pistachio, rose, and white chocolate eclairs, profiteroles, whatever your vibe. The first time I made eclairs was about a year or two ago, and it was on my baking bucket list of things I needed to conquer, and actually pretty easy once you give it a crack. Ooh. I'm just piping a bit of dough in each corner. We don't want the baking paper to move around, and that keeps it nice and securely in place. The peaks are not great when you're baking. Just dip your finger in water and press it down. I chose these flavors, rose, pistachio, and the white chocolate, just because they're such a classic combination, and that smell of rose just takes me to an e-table. There you go. So quick and easy to make. Get the kids involved. Magic.